Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is CK Tay. This is my channel, Secology. And do you know my surname Tay is the exact same spelling in Malay and German, the word tea. Today I'm visiting the most famous tea plantation in all of Malaysia, the BOH Center. I always shock my fellow Malaysians as a traveler to say that I have never been to Cameron Highlands. Until today! I have never been to a tea plantation, believe it or not. And today is my first time visiting the BOH Center here in Malaysia. They are the largest tea producer here in Malaysia, and they produce almost 70% of all tea here in Malaysia. They just opened the plantation yesterday since the lockdown. And I'm super excited to be here. I have never been to a tea plantation, so let's find out what's to discover here. I have been to so many tea houses around the world, but this tea house in Sungai here in the BOH Center of Cameron Highlands has to be the most gorgeous tea house I have ever seen. It's all glass and you get like a full 360 degrees view overlooking their plantation. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you a little bit about Cameron Highlands and why it became so famous. Highlands got its name from William Cameron. Now, he seems to be a very big deal in the British Army. He led the army in Hong Kong and he also participated in the Crimean War. And a lot of roads and places in Hong Kong are named after Camerons. They're like Cameron Roads, Cameron Street. So Cameron Highlands is named after him. Why the place was named after him is because he was the first person to commission a map between the state of Selangor and the state of Pahang. So that's why place Cameron Highlands is named after him. It was not until Sir Hugh Low, the resident of Perak, that had an idea to have health resorts and farmland here in the late 1800s. For those who don't know, the resident of Perak is like it's like an advisor to the Sultan of Perak. So he was the representative British for the Sultan of Perak. He had an idea of turning this place into a farmland and a resort, but all he did was just build a small road into then known as Cameron Land. So that's all he did. Nothing really happened for the next 40 years. We then fast forward to 40 years to another resident named Sir George Maxwell. Now, Sir George Maxwell actually came up to this region for 9 days surveying the land around here. And he was the person who actually started to develop this place by sending an agricultural surveyor in 1925. So in 1925, the surveyor came up here to do a survey of how suitable this place is for vegetation and is it suitable to plant tea. So the report came out in 1925 that said that this place is actually one of the best places to have a tea plantation, and that's why this report actually fueled the British to set up tea plantation here. And by 1930s, there were already a golf course, a police station, a boarding school, and a community around here in Cameron Highlands. And Cameron Highlands then in the 1930s officially became a hillside resort, and that makes Cameron Highlands the oldest tourist attraction here in Malaysia. So of course, being one of the most popular tourist spots in Malaysia, it has its downfall. Recently, there's been quite a lot of cases of land erosion and landslide, and the local people have complained about the water quality that has gone down a lot since Cameron Highlands was developed. There were only just one road leading up to Cameron Highlands in the 1990s, but now there are several roads leading up to this place. So it has become such a mass tourist place, and that's why I have been avoiding to come to Cameron Highlands for the longest time. But I must say, the view is really worth it. And I can see why people from all over Malaysia flock to be here. It's just so peaceful, quiet here, as of now. For my traditional Cameron Highland breakfast, well, it's not that traditional. It's donuts and chocolate muffin and my teh tarik ice, which I can't live without these days. And this is the view I'm having for breakfast. It's pretty spectacular. BOH Plantation is the largest black tea manufacturer in Malaysia, with both domestic and international distribution owned by BOH Plantation Sdn Bhd. The BOH Tea Plantation is located at Cameron Highlands, Pahang, Malaysia. It's also the largest tea plantation in Malaysia. The company was founded in 1929 by J.A. Russell, a British-born, British-educated businessman during the British colonial era in Malaya. Despite the worldwide Great Depression at the time, BOH was founded in 1929. Russell was optimistic about the tea plantation business due to a steady demand in the United Kingdom. Russell was granted a concession of land for the first BOH tea garden in Habu, Cameron Highlands at the time. As of 2016, BOH Plantation owns 4 tea gardens in Habu, Farley Tea Garden, Bukit Cherding in Selangor, and where we are now, which is Sungai Palace Tea Garden. There is a packaging factory near the main garden. Together, these 4 plantations total about 1,200 acres of land and produce about 4 million kilograms of tea every year, accounting for about 70% of Malaysian tea output. So boys and girls, that was my first trip to a tea plantation, and right here in my own country of Malaysia. This is the first tea plantation that opened up after the lockdown, and I am so glad to be here today. And I hope you enjoyed this little walk to the tea plantation with me here at the BOH Center in Sungai Palace. My breakfast was really glorious with this view. I mean, how could you not have a good breakfast with a view like this, right? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click like and subscribe. I'm going to explore more places here in Cameron Highlands. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe. Bye!